Greetings, adventurer. I thought I might see you here. Welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. I am your dungeon master. My name is Anthony Reed. This is episode 24, and it is part of the Ancient Secret story arc, and we are just moving. We're moving right along. That's from the Muppets. Well, the Muppet movie, explicitly. If you haven't seen it, it's great. I don't know if it's required viewing per se, but you'll enjoy it a lot. I want to say a thank you to all of our patrons at patreon.com/adventureinc who make this show a thing. I mean, it'd probably be a thing. I've said before, the show is free. You can always enjoy the show. And we'd probably still do the show, but the show wouldn't be what it is if it weren't for the patrons who show their support. They are incredible. They are astounding. They let us do things like the Tavern Nights, which if you missed this month's Tavern Night, head over to twitch.tv/SRSBIZ_network and watch the video of that before it disappears, because it's really good. You're going to enjoy it a lot. We had some special guests from Botched and from the Quid Pro Roll podcast, and oh my goodness, was it a blast. You need to go and check it out. It was a ton of fun. I also want to say, if you are forgotten, maybe you've fallen down and hit your head, you have short-term memory loss, and you don't remember, man, this is going to be a hard podcast to follow, and I feel really bad for you about that. First of all, what a terrible condition to be in, and second of all, this could be, you're going to be real confused, but maybe you forgot that we had shirts available over at adventuringpod.com, and there are new shirts available. A new one went up September 1st. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's a real fun one with art by our good friend Emily Swan, and oh man, it was a blast to have her turn that over to us. It was so fun. So go and check it out. Go check out the shirts. Maybe you want a shirt for yourself. Well, now's the time to do it. I mean, anytime's the time to do it before March 1st, but now is also a time to do it. Let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and scoundrels, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Belroth, the ranger.
She's a Grimalkin, but that's understood. No pets allowed, even though she's not a pet. I will wait outside. Everyone, if anyone needs anything, I am outside.
Skarpin, the cleric.
Should I just try and snipe them from over here?
Yeah, okay. I did say they were as good as dead. I would hate for my, to break my word on our first contract as Adventure Incorporated.
Ellery, the bard.
We would want you to leave this warehouse.
He points behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Church.
Oh, sorry. We want you to leave this church.
ReedDeeran, the wizard. He say you no worship Shattered Fang.
Yeah, man, he's super wrong. We love Shattered Fang, man.
Prepare yourselves, for these are the tales of Adventure Incorporated. The monsters go first.
Dang it. They averaged better than 12 and a half?
Yes.
Wow.
Quick maths.
Suddenly, the two displacer beasts at his side shimmer with magical energy, and now it appears that there are four of them, and they charge forward, bounding toward ReedDeeran and Skarpin and the general. They make attacks. One makes an attack at ReedDeeran. Hits with one of the attacks.
My AC is 18 now.
I am aware.
Okay. I just didn't want you using that 11.
It hits you for 7 damage.
Ooh.
The other one attacks the general.
Oh, good.
One of the attacks hits.
Some damage.
What?
I said she's here to take some damage.
She takes 4 damage. And then the creature in the robes, with the long tentacles hanging from his face, he says,
Face my power.
He raises his hand. A cloud forms above Ellery and Belroth, and lightning begins to crack down from that location. I'm going to need dex saving throws from both of you.
81.
81?
Wow.
Impressive.
22.
13. Belroth was not expecting this.
Okay. One for your good buddy Freya too. While you're at it. Oh, Freya came ahead. Never mind.
Freya's fine.
Yes. Okay. So that would be Belroth. You take 22 lightning damage.
Belroth is bloody
And-
as hell.
Ellery, you take 11, trying to dodge out of the way as the lightning crackles down from above. And it's now your turns.
Ow.
Ellery looks at Deeran and sings, "Believe in all the strength inside you. Let my song support and guide you."
For a minute, I thought it was the healing song also,
you're
and I
about
was
to
like,
heal.
"Oh wow, rude."
What the fuck?
As her bonus action.
Yeah.
For her action, relax. She goes
No,
to
I think it's
Skarpin.
hilarious.
It was very funny. I was like, what the fuck, Steph?
To Belroth, I guess.
If I must.
Ice aren't easy, wounds can kill, but if I can help it, none of them will. And she heals him for... Oh, that's not a D8. Sorry. I was like, she heals him for 9? 5. Sorry.
Ugh.
I should have taken the D12
Well.
roll.
Woof. All right. Well, Belroth, he stopped bleeding out of his eyes, but he's still bleeding out of his ears. Definitely still his ears.
What is the die on the inspiration die from you? Is that a D6?
Is it, Anthony, is it still a D20 now that we're in
It's still a D20.
Cool.
Red
That's right.
Bull land?
Yeah. So, Deeran feels empowered.
I should also point out, hold on, Ellery, that healing spell was also enhanced as though you cast it 5 levels higher.
Thank you. Reach that above first, so that's 5. Dang. $20 extra.
So 25 total. Belroth is back to full.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then as the song washes over Deeran, he feels very inspired, and the whites of his eyes show. His hair flutters back, and the crackle of lightning shoots out of the pendant as his hands come up, and he rolls a 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 16 is 29 to hit.
That's a hit.
Great. It has
I
to
assume
make
you're
a...
attacking the Mind Flayer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Mind Flayer has to make a Constitution saving throw.
What spell did you use?
I'm using Witch Bolt.
Which bolt?
But it has to make the Constitution saving throw for the College of Creation thing.
It does succeed at the con save.
Okay, that's fine. But now it takes 5d12
So good.
witch bolt damage. So it takes 37 damage. And then Deeran tries to find... Oh, he cannot find cover because he has been attacked. And so if he leaves, he will have an attack of opportunity against him. So yeah, he stands there like a tough guy. Like a big old tough boy. Hoping that things go well.
Freya, recognizing that Deeran is a big tough boy who definitely doesn't need any protection, assumes a defensive stance around him just in case, and tries to attack one of the other black cat-like creatures.
Yeah. It's a cat fight.
The cat fight.
How far away is the displacer beasts? Are they like right there or?
Yeah, they're right there.
Okay, so Freya can't charge. Freya rolls a. Is it at disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in a parallel universe, very successful. This universe, 12.
12 is not going to do it.
Well, Freya makes an attempt. Belroth would like to use... How many spell stones did I need to use to cast the spell? 4?
4 per level.
All right. He's gonna use 4 more spell stones to cast Hunter's Mark on one of the displacer beasts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he would like to make a perception check to try and see where he should shoot for the displacer beasts.
Yeah, it's so hard because it looks like there are 2 of them. Mm-hmm. So ultimately, you will have to basically when you go to fire your shot, you're picking one of 2 places you think it will wind up being.
Okay.
And you just gotta try to time it right. So you still have disadvantage on the shot. Hunter's Mark, does that give you advantage?
So it gives me advantage on perception checks. That's why he's like trying to like eye where it is. That's
yeah, I think so. Ultimately, like you sort of have a 50-50 shot at hitting it. So we will represent that still with you still have disadvantage.
Sweet.
I mean, like it's perception isn't going to get you out of that.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
In a parallel universe, boy, he picked the correct one. This universe, he did not. He picked a 10. Not even.
Okay.
Actually, 9.
Yeah, the arrow sails through the air and clatters into the stone behind. But the creature now, there is only one standing there.
Excellent.
Cool. Does the ravine, the walls of the ravine, does it look unstable at all, where there could be a bunch of boulders that could fall down?
Yeah, I mean, you feel like if you could cause some havoc along the edges here, you could bring down some stones.
So Skarpin sighs and then reaches a hand into his pocket, pulling out 4 spellstone, and empowers himself. And says, "Oh, this is expensive. And then he, from his shield, casts guiding bolts up at an area that looks particularly weak.
Okay.
Making an attack roll.
So don't make an attack roll.
Okay.
Give me a D100 roll.
Okay. 34.
Okay. You knock loose some stones, smashing them with the magic energy. They begin to tumble down the wall. I need Skarpin and Freya and Deeran to make dex saving throws as the stones clatter down the sidewall down toward you.
1.
Oh boy.
Not natural.
That's funny. Freya rolls a 15.
11.
Freya dodges backwards out of the way of the stones, And the Mind Flayer rises up into the air as the stones tumble, as they just pass underneath the creature. The rest of you are just, including the general and both displacer beasts, are buried in stone as these rocks come tumbling down on top of you, dealing you 18 damage, bludgeoning variety, as they smash onto you.
I'm gonna stick with the quarterstaff next time. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
The general pushes the stones off of. Go ahead.
I have to make an concentration save or whatever.
Yes.
So
It's half the damage or 10,
or
whatever's
half
higher.
the damage.
Yep.
I will also say I forgot to make a concentration save before, and when you blasted the
Mind Flayer.
the Mind Flayer, the clouds above Ellery and Belroth dissipated.
Let's see. So what do I add to a concentration check?
I believe it's an Archon. No, it's Constitution. Constitution.
Okay. 14. So he passes.
Okay.
I pass is what I mean to say.
And I'll double check that, but I'm 90% positive. It's
I
Constitution.
agree.
Right.
I agree.
I pass.
That you pass. I agree that you pass. Okay. The general pushes the stones off of her, pulls herself up out of the rubble and rocks, and tries to gather herself. That takes her whole action to get up out from underneath the rockage. Okay, so now it is the monster's turn. You hear nothing or see nothing happening where you just saw the displacer beasts. It looks like they are not pulling themselves up out of the rubble.
Thumbs up.
Hey. Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Mind Flayer holds its hands up, and a number of burning balls of light appear ahead of it, and then rays of energy shoot off of those burning balls of light, blasting off in various directions. One of them fires at the general, one of them fires at Ellery, one of them fires at Belroth. So I'm going to make 3 ray attacks.
Hey, everybody loves ray attacks.
I hate that one got me. I'm
I
so
hate
mad.
that one got you too. It was really not my finest.
Nope.
I liked it. I liked it. Belroth, you take 5. Ellery, you take 2 fire damage from rays.
I don't see what the problem is. I can't do Ray Romano's a hard impression to do. Genuinely a hard impression to do.
Okay.
Deeran stays undercover, buried by rocks.
Okay.
Does not try to get out.
Okay.
And forces the energy within him to reconnect with the Mind Flayer, dealing another 44 damage.
Okay. I just love the idea almost. You're just like, just move enough to get a hand out to be like, bink.
Yeah.
Okay. Another 44 damage rips into the creature, which lets out a bellowing roar. It's not looking very healthy.
Neither is Deeran, but he's under rocks, so you can't tell.
Since Ellery can't tell, she's gonna look at the Mind Flayer and go, twist the mind and squeeze out the brain. On all you try, there is a strain. And cast Bane.
Okay.
So charisma saving throw.
Okay.
And both kitty cats are gone, right?
Yes.
Great.
Presumably. They did not get up out of the rocks.
Out of sight.
Maybe they're
Ellery has
doing-
no object permanence. She's like a baby.
Maybe they're like doing what Deeran did and they're just waiting. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
So he has to make a charisma saving throw.
I see. I misunderstood your thing. 21.
That, you will be surprised to know, is above my spell save DC.
All right.
Does it take half damage or no?
No, it's not a damage. It's just a debuff.
Oh, because it's Bane. Right. So I realized last turn I actually took too many actions.
Cool.
Cool. I just want to throw that out there for the listeners who are gonna send me a message being like, "You idiot! Listen, I
Because
missed
Freya did things
and I cast
you
a
did a
spell
bonus action.
and I made an attack."
So no Freya this turn. She's still recovering from the rocks.
Yeah, and also I missed every shot, so it doesn't end up mattering, but it's fine. Like it's ultimately.
It was just the number of bites at the apple you had.
Yeah, I had a lot of too many bites.
You do know with your hunter's mark, you know that displacer beast is dead.
Ooh, perfect. I used my bonus action correctly this turn to move it to the tentacle man.
Okay, well then you still owe Freya a bonus action, to which she will consume at some point in the future.
Then can I not do that then because I've lost?
You can. I'm just going to keep in my back pocket.
So I'm gonna have disadvantage.
Charizard
randomly.
doesn't listen to you this round.
Got it. Understood. Belroth is going to take a shot at the this creature with sharpshooter. So only +2. Ooh, baby, I love your way every day. Nat 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping you said 19.
Boy, what is? Oh, jeez, Louise. So it's max damage plus an extra D6, right? Or an extra D, whatever. Plus
D your die.
Plus,
D
I
your
assume
weapon dice.
Hunter's Mark is not included in the maximum for the critical.
We did that for sneak attack. So
Okay, so it would be max.
right, Mike? Did we do max on sneak attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You don't roll the sneak attack again, but you get max on them,
Got it.
right?
No, we rolled them.
Good lord.
Okay.
Thanks.
Just
I
telling
don't
you.
remember, so I believe you.
Thanks, friend. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 2 more d6 then. Wow, and one of them was a 6. So, Belroth, critical headshots with 32 damage.
Yeah, so combined with all of the witch bolt damage, this arrow sinks right into its head, and it just falls to the ground with a as it sort of squishy membrane splats against the stones. Yeah, it's dead.
Oh, hell yeah. Finally, Belroth hit a shot in this story arc.
Skarpin
Go ahead.
digs himself out of the rubble and looks up and sees that the mind flayer is dead and says, "Hurrah!" Because he did it. He did it.
The Archon makes its way down the path towards you.
Once it gets quiet, Deeran starts to drag himself out of the
rubble.
He looks horrible. If we were using like a 1 to 18 scale for whatever reason, he would be like 1.
That seems like an
scale.
unusual scale. Honestly, I feel like very low of a scale.
Yeah, I just didn't want to use 2 out of 27, so I tried to fake it. Because I felt like Anthony might catch on if I used,
Wait,
what it
catch on to
was.
what?
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 Quick, change the
What's
subject.
the Archon
Quick.
doing?
Oh, yeah. The Archon makes its way down the pathway towards you and stops about 40 feet away with its hands, her hands behind her back. It seems to be giving you space to approach her.
Ellery starts, like, slowly kind of moving.
Yeah, Skarpin too.
Belroth follows.
With this, she says as you approach, with this, you have gained the favor of Voris of the Arcane, and you have gained the favor of Shanarel of the Elemental. They have made a choice to support you in this. There are still 3 whose favor you must gain. But we have done the fundamental elements that make up your world. All around you, you can see the influences of the elemental. You can see the earth, the fire, the wind, and the air. All around you, you can see the influences of the arcane. You can see their touch here as they have tied to this world. Now, we speak of something unknown to this place, though the entity that whispers to me says it is best that I ask regardless, as sometimes it is good for me to be surprised, though I do not know what that means. So I will ask now, are there any among you who have knowledge of what is known as the deep magics?
And Deeran like wipes the blood off his face and kind of like brushes off his cloak a little. He's like, I've read about it, man. You're talking about like how, you know, like celestial magic like augments stuff, right? And fey magic like changes stuff, and then there's shadow magic, and that stuff just like makes stuff more shadow or whatever, right? Is that what you mean?
The general turns to look at you with bewilderment in her eyes. She says, is this hedge witch magic?
No, it's like there's not a lot about it out there, but like that's what they call it. They call it deep magic. It's like it's underneath everything. It like it's different from, you know, the schools of magic, right? It's not the same. It's like a different thing that like lives underneath it all. It's like a basis or whatever. It's like a I don't know, man.
And he looks up at the Archon to like find the vocabulary.
Surprised indeed. That is not something that has happened to me in a long, long time. Huh. Yes, the deep magics provide a foundation beyond our understanding of reality. They are not tied to this world. They do not provide magic to this place like Arcane does. And yet, there are elements, pieces of these deep magics that were used to create this world, that were used to create us. Because we are an amalgam of all things the Titans created. First, they created the elemental planes. Then they created the arcane. Next, it was Durath who created the celestial realm, a place of emboldenment, a place of magnification of power, where one could take something that they already had created and make it something greater. They used a bit of that power in us. And it is Durath's favor you will petition next. Up the path we go. She turns and walks away.
Hey, wait, before we go, is there, like, a chance to rest?
She turns back. Oh, no. If you rest, you have failed. And she continues on.
So as we're walking,
Deeran's patting his pockets down, trying to find a potion.
Ellori's gonna hold out her, like grab his shoulder, and very, very quietly sing, "Fights aren't easy, wounds can kill, but if I can help it, none of them will." And that's...
It is boosted, remember?
Yep.
Keep rolling that one die.
$25.
Deeran is healed to full.
Great.
So good.
It's a good feeling.
One of the nice things about having barely any hit points is you can screw up a bunch of those rolls and it still works.
Hey, Deeran, that was a good summary of the deep magics. Yeah, that was very impressive.
Skarpin, do you know about the deep magics too, man?
Yeah, but we're taught about that, and yes, it's in everything, and underlying many things, and at different times, each was more powerful in the world. But they try, and it's best when they're all in balance. But at times they become imbalanced, and bad things can happen.
Yeah, it seems, like some of the stuff that I've read through, it seems like any of them could be disastrous if it was, like, too much.
Absolutely.
But, like, it takes me so long to read through it all, man. Like, I only got, I gotta really work at it to, like, understand the stuff that I read. I'd love to talk to, like, whoever taught you about it.
Oh, yeah, we'll visit my family sometime, the Nightholder clan. They're wandering, so you never can find them real easily, except at the refresh every few years. So we'll go there someday.
That'd be awesome, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, you
I
look
didn't
better.
know hedge witches could read.
that was the general.
Yeah.
Deeran doesn't say anything, but he does, like, he's trying to decide whether he's hurt or not, right? Because, like, so much of him is trying to push away scholarship that he's like, he can't figure it out. He's conflicted. He eats some jerky.
Up the path, as it continues to ascend up this mountain, the Archon stops and quickly spins around and stands and says, "Part of the celestial power is in emboldening. But in order to embolden, one must know their strengths, and they must know their weaknesses. Each of you must tell me your strength and your weakness. General, I will start with you." The general steps forward, and she bows down in front of the Archon on one knee. And the Archon says, "What is your greatest strength?" And she says, "My ability to make a decision when one must be made. It has guided me far, and it has served me well." And she says, "What is your greatest weakness?" And the general waits for a moment, thinking, And she says, I cannot put my trust in others to solve this world's problems. They are my burden to bear. The Archon of Durath puts a hand on her shoulder, and you watch as she is racked with pain. And the general begins to scream out loud and flail wildly in place. And then suddenly she stops, sweat pouring down her face. She gets up, nods her head to the Archon, and silently steps back with a haunted look on her face. She does not look like she's much interested in talking at this moment.
So, yeah, as soon as she starts screaming, Ellori's gonna kind of run up towards her. And like kind of, if it's like a very, very quick thing and she only like just gets to her when she falls.
Yeah, I think it's pretty brief, intense, but brief, and enough that you don't like, I think the Archon probably puts a, like, while she's holding, puts a hand up to like let it happen. Right. Yeah. But you can pick her up and like guide her away, as she's standing up from all of that pain.
Great.
Who is next?
You guys, I don't know what my strength is.
Deeran, you're so smart and you have so many big ideas and you see the world in a way that, you put the pieces together in a way that so many people only see it. They see their one piece and maybe someone else sees their piece, but you're able to see all of the pieces and put them together in new ways that, nobody else can do.
Belroth takes a big, deep breath and takes a step forward.
And the Archon stands before you and says, what is your greatest strength?
My ability to see patterns and how the world works. I can see how things are, and I can see them quite literally well with my eyes, but I can also see how they connect, which is why I'm such a good archer and why I am a great scholar.
What is your weakness?
I don't believe I'm great at anything. My self-doubt, my self-loathing, my self-hatred.
The Archon places a hand on your shoulder and leans in and whispers to you those things you feel about yourself. You're right. You are not worth this. And you are not worthy.
Deeran.
Belroth takes a step back. He's slightly less purple. He's a lot more white purple than normal.
Deeran, also, you formed this group. TESSA wouldn't exist if you hadn't built this community. And I think that is a great strength to have.
Yeah, you really bring people together.
All right. Deeran steps forward.
What is your strength?
I'm like a glue guy,
The Archon looks at you. Her head cocks to the side slightly. She says,
a lot of people have maybe they're really strong or they're really talented or they're really they believe things really like a fully 100% all the way, but man, my strength is like filling in the gaps, like connecting the things, like connecting the people, like finding the like.
I'm a people person, damn it! What do you people not understand about this?
Like, like everybody's got like a thing, and like I'm good at recognizing those things in people. And like I'm good at like.
What?
What
is your weakness?
I'm lazy, man. Like, I talk a lot about wanting to do stuff, but then, like, when it comes down to it, like, when the stuff is hard, it's hard to do it. And so, like, a lot of times I don't.
She reaches forward a hand and places it on your shoulder and leans in and whispers to you, "This is already more than you can handle. It's too hard for you. And if you try, you're going to fail. And then where will you be? Maybe try something else."
Deeran pulls the last bit of jerky out of his pocket, puts it in his mouth, and kind of like slinks back to the group.
As Deeran joins the group, he pats Belroth pats Deeran on the shoulder because been there moments ago.
Ellery looks at Skarpin.
Hey, Ellery.
All right, so she walks forward.
What is your greatest strength?
I'm really good at she kind of like looks around. Her palms are very sweaty. I'm really good at helping people out. I really care about people, and I want to see them succeed, and I'm good at helping them do the things that are already inside them. I just give them a little nudge to get them there.
And what is your weakness?
I can't do anything on my own. I need a team.
She reaches her hand onto your shoulder and leans in and says, "You can't do anything with a team. I'm not even sure why you're here. You bring
actually,
nothing to this."
I'm here because
No. This is not your time to talk.
Oh.
You need to accept that you are a burden on others. And
Is
she
it my
lets you
turn
go.
to talk now?
Next.
She backs up.
Skarpin just claps a hand on both Deeran and Belroth's shoulder, and same thing as same thing as Ellery walks past him and approaches the Archon.
Hello.
What is your strength?
Oh my goodness! Oh, it just floated from my head. Well, my strength is loyalty. Once I commit, I'm in it for the long haul. That's what I was taught all my life.
What is your greatest weakness?
I think I'm a bit resistant to change. I tend to be set in my ways, and they're good ways, so maybe not that much of a weakness, but that's probably it, yeah.
She reaches forward and places a hand on your shell and leans in. The world has left you by. You are a relic of a time forgotten. Your ideas, your thoughts, they hold no merit anymore. The world does just fine without you. She leans away.
And Skarpin's just kind of wide-eyed, staring at this asshole. Trudges back to the group.
I now give all of you an opportunity. The road ahead is hard. The road ahead is dangerous. And it holds no treasure. It holds no succor. The road ahead will do nothing but grind upon you, wear you down. And I give you now your freedom. I give you the chance to turn and walk away.
Deeran looks down at the pendant hanging around his neck. And he gazes into the swirl underneath its surface just a little. And then he puts it down and he looks at his friends. I think we should do it, you guys. I can't imagine like a stronger group than us coming through here, you know?
You mean we should turn back?
No, like we should like keep going, you know? Like
no, I agree with that. I was worried that when she said you should go and you said we should do it, I thought you meant we should go. But I don't think we should go because I don't agree. I'm sorry. I mean this with all the respect in the world, but I think we are far more capable than maybe you see something in us that we don't see in ourselves. That's not great, but we have a lot riding on this, and we're committed to seeing it through the end.
I mean, we are strong and powerful and capable. And we weren't even zapped like the general. What we got off easy compared.
The general is still staring at the ground.
We just mostly got I guess I got insulted a lot.
The general says, "What is the point? What are we fighting for here if what I have just seen is true?"
Listen.
All I saw was people trying their hardest and nothing but failure.
No, you don't fail. We don't fail here. I know. You have to trust us. We are sent here to help. This will work. There is hope.
Will it? Because all I see is a cycle of death that goes forever. That there are always demons, and that they will always kill.
Skarpin looks at Belroth.
Well, it's true. There will always be demons, but it gets better. It will. And the only way that will happen is if you lead these people. They have faith in you. It will help, but you need to be strong for them. We all have our weaknesses. We do. But we all have our strengths, and we need them now.
And listen, if in the future this is a cycle and the demons do come back, then not fighting them now isn't going to keep that from happening. If you fight them now and if we win, then the future will know how to deal with it later.
This is a test of our resolve more than anything else. If you doubt yourself now, that doesn't make you weak. It makes you who you are. It makes you alive and breathing. Everyone doubts, and we are being tested on our doubt. So you can bend to it or challenge it and change what you see.
Yeah, man. Don't you think it's kind of messed up that, like, the Archon even had to ask what our biggest weakness was before, like, attacking us on it? You know what I mean? Like we were talking earlier, I don't know if you heard, maybe you didn't hear because you were, like, leading ahead or whatever. We were talking earlier about how, like, this kind of feels like, you know, what if it's, like, a written test or whatever, and, like, sometimes written tests are, like, designed to, like, make you do bad at them? Like, that's exactly what this is, you know? Like, she asked, like, hey, what's the thing that you're most afraid of? And then, like, hit us with it right away, you know? So, like, I don't know, man. Like, it feels to me like this is one of those things that you just gotta, like, push through it, even though, you know, you might think the Archon's right or whatever, but, like, I think with the 5 of us together, like, we'll get through it. And if we die, like, oh, well,
And
at least we tried, you know?
General, ask yourself, how much worse would it be if you don't try?
Okay. Then we push forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
The Archon.
Archon, sorry. I think we're going to continue. Thank you, though.
The Archon smiles.
Can we get some more fries at the table? I'm just feeling. You asked if we wanted more fries, and we had to discuss about it. Had like the same energy.
The Archon smiles. She says, many think that bolstering oneself is about finding that which is strongest and pushing it to its limits. But it is important for people to recognize their own weaknesses, their own limitations. And sometimes we make the most progress shoring up our places where we are weakest, not where we are already strongest. You have all heard and faced that which plagues you the most, and you have decided to move on anyway. Embrace your strength to cover your weakness and use it to understand yourself better and to push forward. That is the ideal of the Celestial. You have earned my entity's favor, and we will move on next to the entity of the Feywild. The Feywild was created next, and created by Jian. The Feywild, as this one pointed out, is a place of transformation. A place that takes something you have created and twists it into something new. It is creativity, and it is a deep understanding of what is at something's core. Come. She turns and walks further up the mountain. After a few minutes, she stops, turns back, says, "Are you ready?"
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
This path that you walk, these words that you hear, they are the resolve of Jian. Already the decision has been made to help you. And so what I give you here is not a test. It is an opportunity. It is an opportunity to take some facet of yourself and change it. Change some piece of you that you wish to change, that you could see a change. If there is some aspect, something about you that you think could see the transformation, aid you, that is what I would offer.
Skarpin steps up.
There is something about you would change.
I spent too much time in the Deadlands, and I became different. And I stopped dreaming. I just want to dream again. So maybe if you get rid of this,
And he points at his corpse in half.
and maybe they'll come back.
This affliction you carry, it is tied to something we have not yet spoken of, something that is to come. It is an affliction of shadow at its very core. You have become like this because that is what shadow does. It has taken what you were, and it has made you more like it. Transformation cannot help you in this. If I were to transform what you are with shadow on you already, I can only transform the parts that have not already been touched. And if I do that, it may make you more vulnerable to the shadow that would overwhelm you.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't want you to change this. I like this.
But there is maybe something I can do.
Oh,
But I do not know what effect this will have on you otherwise. If I tap into the Feywild, and I draw forth the magic of transformation, and I touch your mind with this transformation, I may be able to give you some dream.
yes, please.
Transformation comes with a cost. What you gain means you have changed something you already had.
Well, I'm willing to risk it. You don't know what it's like. I imagine.
My life is like a living dream now.
Brag about it. Why
All
don't you?
things are tied. I do not know the difference between the times I am awake and the times I am asleep. There is only one existence.
I don't want that either. That actually sounds awful as well. Too much.
I cannot give you that.
Okay.
I will not tie you to an entity, Xian or otherwise. But I will use the power they created. Are you ready?
Skarpin takes a deep breath, shudders a bit, and nods.
She places a hand on either side of your head, and you can feel like your mind is twisting with this power. I have done what I can. When next you sleep, I hope you dream the most beautiful and glorious dreams. And I hope that when you wake, you do not find the cost too much to bear.
Skarpin just feels kind of a little bit lightheaded, but no significant change yet.
Well, thank you. Thank you for this.
And he steps back to his friends.
So for clarity here, do we hear anything that happens up there?
This you did hear, yes.
Okay.
Another, as an out-of-game point, from a more, I guess a less, you're welcome to pitch me something like that also. If you choose not to, you may also swap 2 of your stats at your leisure. And you may swap any of your, like, you can use this magic to basically repick your spell list if you are one who is bound by your spell list in some capacity.
Cool.
Out of game, could I change the cost of what it takes for my long strider tattoo to be used?
No. No, because that's a magic item. That's not
But
you.
it's part of me. It's a tattoo.
No, I don't believe tattoos are part of you. I think they're all a mistake.
Listen, Dad.
Oh my god, amazing. Put that on a shirt.
Put it
That
on a
would be the
tattoo.
worst.
Tattoos are a mistake.
Just, it's such an aggressive stance. I love it so much.
It is very hardcore.
As Skarpin comes back, Deeran puts his arms out to hug him.
Skarpin comes back kind of somber, not like sad, but just like comes back and like smiles a bit when it shows his teeth when Deeran reaches out to hug him, and he hugs him. Big old turtle hug.
Yeah, turtles don't have teeth. And Deeran goes ahead and pulls out he doesn't have any more jerky, but he does have some bread in his other pocket, and he pulls out a little bit of bread and breaks it and hands half to Skarpin.
Skarpin eats it.
You don't feel satisfied.
Wow, Anthony, you don't know.
Emotionally, maybe.
No, I do. I do know. He never feels satisfied.
He's now never emotionally satiated as well.
Yeah,
That's the cost.
that's the flip side.
Belroth is making no changes.
Yeah, Deeran looks at the group and he's like, I don't want to change anything about me.
I mean, there's plenty of things I wish to change, but I don't think that solves my problems, because then it'll just be different things I want to change. If my biggest weakness is doubting myself, then maybe I should listen to the teachings I was brought up with and suffer through that pain and figure out exactly what is worthwhile. So, I also decline.
Oh, wait. Hey, if can I just change so that I'm not as lazy anymore? Can you just make that happen?
All things come with a cost. To change something so fundamental
Wow.
to one's being.
Wow.
These are your words, not mine. You wish to change that which is your biggest flaw? I would expect it to change much about you.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it. You're right.
Ellery looks back at the general, and she narrows her eyes a little bit, and then looks back and goes up and whispers really super quiet with her hands around her mouth. And she goes, "Can you make these go away some of the times and pop out when I need them?" And she points to her fangs.
Hidden behind her fake teeth.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the answer you are going to want to hear.
Is it no? Because that's the answer I don't want to hear.
The magic that you are touched with, that gives you those fangs, is magic that if I try and use... It is a deep magic that does this. It is a deep magic. And she looks at the general. It is a deep magic that I cannot talk to you about yet.
Is it because she's here?
Yes.
Oh. Can we go in a side room and talk about it?
Can I come? From the back.
Does Deeran have super hearing?
Know this. I cannot do what you ask. And I will tell you why I cannot do what you ask. But I cannot tell you now. And that answer will come soon.
Okay. I'm very patient. I guess that's really it. I'm pretty happy with myself, I think. Is there anything you would suggest me changing about myself?
No. That is not my place, nor do I know you in such a way that I would feel comfortable doing that.
Even you think the hair looks good? Maybe tone it down? Do something maybe blue or...
We can move on.
Okay.
To turn your hair blue would be a great cast.
Yeah.
All of your hair
That's
would be
deep
blue.
magic.
$120.
We have one more whose favor we must seek. Come. She turns and walks further up the mountain. A ways up. Now you've reached the tree line of the mountain. And looking back, you can look down into basically the land below where you came from. You can see the army camped, fires burning. And the Archon stops again and turns and says, "The last favor we seek is that of the final realm created, that of Talb and the realm of shadow. Talb created the shadow as a means to bring your creation forth and have it be changed permanently, not in an act of transformation, but in an act of redundancy. Shadow copies that which it is, replaces it, replaces other things with it. It is replication, repetition. Shadow is the foundation of knowledge. It is the foundation of society. Without it, there is no legacy. But shadow is also very dangerous. It is heedless. It does not pay attention to the needs or the wants of others. It is selfish. To earn the favor of shadow, you must prove to shadow your strength." She steps back, and a dark pool of shadow wells at her feet and rises to a writhing shadow creature. A mass of tentacles and limbs as this creature shambles forward. Dozens of shadowy tentacles just swinging off of its back and moves towards you. Initiative, please.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
23.
Hey, 16.
6.
11.
Okay, you guys do go first.
Oh.
Deeran looks at the group and says,
From everything I've read, man, you do not want this thing to touch you.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Okay.
Like, it seems like really bad. It's like, I don't know how to explain what happens, but like, everything says like, it's just so bad.
Yeah, it like sticks to you or something like that.
Ellery backs
Belroth
up.
pulls Freya, who's currently like in like an attack position and like ready to pounce, pulls her back a little bit to make sure she doesn't pounce. And then takes an arrow and looses it just into the shadow creature.
Okay.
Nat 1. What happens? What goes? Where does the things happen?
Give me a dex saving throw.
13.
Okay. You aim the bow. You knock an arrow. You pull back, and there is a snap as a line of bowstring snaps across your arm, cutting in deep as you've snapped the string off your bow.
Son of a... Iam's ashes, what the... This stings. I'm sorry. I'm going to need to restring my bow. Hold on.
Oh, I got this.
And he runs up and takes a swing with his quarterstaff spear thingy. 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Just fucking whiffs.
It's like so lopsided. It's so hard to like maneuver.
It's just not used to the balance.
Yeah.
Ellery looks at the general and sings, "Believe in all the strength inside you. Let my song support and guide you." And then for herself, twist the mind and squeeze out the brain. On all you try, there is a strain. So
So you cast-
charisma check.
That's a failure.
Ooh, rad. All right, so roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from any attack roll or saving throw. So
Okay.
on any attack roll or saving throw.
Cool. All right. The general, with your bolstering, looks at the creature and says, "Okay." And she charges forward and swings into the creature. And... she hits.
Heck yeah.
So she did not use your bolstering yet, so it's still
Got
there.
a while.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and then Deeran steadies himself. He puts his right foot back, puts out his left hand in the shape of like a gun, and then like
The very commonly known guns that that he's very familiar with.
yeah, exactly. No, I forgot I have a staff now. So he points the staff and he aims down the staff.
I see. He aims the staff like a gun. It wasn't the gun part. It was the implement.
Yeah, exactly. It was what his hands are doing.
Right.
And he's going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
So those 8 bolts shoot out of his necklace as he's standing there holding the staff like a gun.
I love that he doesn't even channel the energy down to the end of the staff. Nah, it still comes out of the necklace.
Yeah.
So good.
Let's see. The lowest is a nat 1, so that one doesn't hit.
That's true.
And then I've got a 3 and a 4 plus 6.
I was like, on their own, still not there.
I
but
assume that a 10 does not hit.
You're correct.
What about a 12?
No.
All right. What about a 17?
That hits.
Great. So 4 of them hit.
Great. Half. That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's better than it was sounding.
Yeah.
It sounded awful.
4 of them hit, so it does. Let's see, 2d6 for each of those. Oh no. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 28.
Oh no.
It's a good oh no.
28 damage.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The creature of shadow, its tentacles begin to lash out. It makes 4 attacks as it lashes forward. Since Skarpin and the general are right there, they're all going to be at Skarpin and the general. The first 2 come in at Skarpin. One of them is a critical hit.
Ooh.
Skarpin, you take 11 points of shadow damage.
Oh shit! Forgot to heal.
The general gets hit twice. Once for 14 and once for 9 shadow damage. Okay. It is now your turn. Skarpin, I'm going to need a con saving throw.
Oh no.
$14.
You take 11 shadow damage.
Falls on his shell.
All right, you do feel that shadow lifts off of you when that happens.
He might feel that later.
The general seems afflicted by multiple of these afflictions. Staves off the first one, but then takes an additional 14 shadow damage.
That's with that D4 rolled off?
D20. And a D20 added to the save.
No, that's the Bane.
No, I was talking about Bane.
Oh.
It is, yes.
Okay. Just checking.
The general does not look good. She looks like she's in rough shape.
Because she can use her inspiration, her bardic inspiration on a saving throw.
So she does with the D20 as the bardic inspiration, she will use it on the second one. It's not enough still. What's the effect for using it on a saving throw?
The creature gains temporary hit points equal to the
good.
number rolled on the bardic inspiration die.
Good
plus
for her.
your charisma mod.
What's your charisma mod?
Hers.
3 plus 3.
Yeah, it'd be Ellori's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
How much?
Plus 3.
How much?
So she gains 10 additional temp hit points.
Nice.
Wow, that was a really low bardic inspiration roll.
Yeah.
She rolled a 7 on the inspiration die. But she rolled a 2 on her primary die, so
Ooh.
Yikes.
I almost didn't roll it, but if it was a D20, I was like, well, there's a chance.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance. It failed. Okay. It's now you. Sorry. Yes, you may now continue with your turn.
Ellery runs to Skarpin. And puts her hands on his shell. Fights aren't easy, wounds can kill, but if I can help it, none of them will. And now, if I cast this at second level, is it 5 levels above that?
Yes.
Great. Great.
Yeah,
great.
that would be a 7th level version of the spell.
So good.
Oh. Great. Yikes, I rolled like shit. Sorry. 23.
Okay.
I rolled a 7 and an 8, and then like all 1s and 2s.
Nice.
You-
Skarpin pops up feeling pretty good.
You are all gonna be so sad when we get back to our normal time. You're gonna be so sad.
Nope.
The healing. Yeah, Skarpin's like, I won't.
Skarpin pops up and looks around and then orients himself and runs up and tries to take a swing.
Thanks, Ellery.
Okay.
12.
Miss.
Damn it.
Belroth, so how long does it take for me to like restring my bow? Do I just like lose my turn restringing my bow?
You lose a bonus action. You didn't use your bonus action last turn, so you no longer owe me a bonus action. So you would you would lose a bonus action to do this.
So he's just gonna only take after like taking out his extra bowstring and like bending it down a little bit to like hook it on, and then like flicking it a few times to make sure it's like balanced and correct. He then knocks an arrow and uses sharpshooter, squints his eyes, looks for what might be vulnerable. It's shadow. He's not sure, but he's gonna try and shoot it. And that's a 19.
That'll hit.
Hey. He's going to also... This wasn't clear. He's going to use his favored foe, which is the extra d4. Does that still work?
No.
Okay, so he's going to try and use it. Doesn't work. But he's still going to deal some damage. 15 damage.
Okay.
I rolled a 2, plus 13. Ugh. Yikes.
Great. So, Skarpin, because you did pop up this turn, you can still take an action.
I did, and I'd failed.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
missed.
thanks for opening it in.
sorry. You're welcome.
Yeah, you could have done something useful. I just can't
Yeah,
remember
that's
if
what
you
I meant
have
to
done
say.
something
You can try
useful.
to like succeed at some point if you want.
Oh, here's some inspiration. Just try again.
Deeran flips the staff around and points it forward. His eyes roll back in the back of his head, turning white. The hair flies up behind him. And from his pendant, a ray of like crackling lightning shoots out. Let's see.
Which bolt?
Yep, that is a 17 to hit.
A 17 will hit.
Oh, thank God. He has cast it at second level, so he will roll 6d12 for this hit. Stealing Ellori's brilliant idea. And it does 45 damage.
Okay.
So good.
Great.
Woo!
The shadow
and
creature.
then he like jumps back 30 feet.
Okay. The shadow creature makes its attacks. Now, this time, it has Ellery in its range as well. So it's going to make 2 attacks at Skarpin, 1 at Ellery, and 1 at the general. Here come the 2 at Skarpin.
Oh, did the general do anything in our turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It made an attack, and it just did okay.
Okay.
So the first one of them hit Skarpin. For 11 points of shadow damage. And then there's an attack at Ellery, an attack at the general. It misses the general. It comes to attack at you, Ellery, and you actually manage to push yourself into such a position that you are like right behind Skarpin and get him lined up for a great attack. So it rolled a 1. Skarpin, you will have advantage on your attack.
Yeah.
Got it. I was like, Ellery just used Skarpin as a shield? Like, that doesn't track.
Yeah. Skarpin don't mind.
Okay. It's your actions. But Skarpin, I need a saving throw.
It was almost a 17, and then it turned into a 3, so 5 total.
So you take 11.
Oh my goodness!
And the general falls unconscious.
Skarpin is wobbly, but feels emboldened, so takes a swing. $14 to hit.
Not enough.
Natural 1 and an 11. Yep. He's shaky. He's a little shaky.
Belroth, seeing the situation being a little rough, lets Freya loose to go protect the general who's currently down. And Freya's gonna make an attack at the shadow.
Okay.
She moved more than 20 feet, correct?
Yep.
Cool. Nat 20.
Nice.
Okay.
2 in a session, baby. Oh, babe.
Hell yeah.
I guess the shadow has to make a DC 12 strength save? That seems...
It passes.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. But it
It's not going to get pinned down by the cat. Sorry.
But why?
The creature of shadow moves out of the way.
I just want to... Yeah, I figured as much. I'm sorry, I just want to see if the extra damage still happens. I think the extra damage...
I'll let the extra damage happen. That's fine.
The extra damage happens. That's excellent. I'm pretty sure it still does anyways.
She got momentum charging in.
Yeah. Momentum. More problems.
For you.
8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Okay.
And Belroth is going to make another sharpshooter attack. 17.
That'll hit.
Yeah! Max damage. Let's go. I'm rolling hot tonight, which means next session I'll roll shit. 6 plus 13, so 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll so bad next session because we're not gonna roll at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Deeran closes his eyes and he's so scared with everything happening. Almost everyone is within danger of this shadow creature, and he powers more of that witch bolt energy into the shadow creature, dealing another 45 damage.
And that is enough that the shadow creature, charged with your witch bolt energy, dissipates in place. And
as the lightning
fades away.
crackles through the remaining wisps of shadow, and the scene clears, Deeran runs up to the rest of the group to try to help out.
Yeah, Ellery runs to the general. Fights aren't easy, wounds can kill, but if I can help it, none of them will.
So many dice. 24.
I just like that Steph looks disappointed and then says a huge number.
Well, I had rolled the last one because I only have 6. The last one was an 8, so
Gotcha.
it was 16 with 6 dice, which is shit.
It's always 52.
Yeah, it's funny because the low number on the dice outweighs how many fucking dice you rolled in your head. You know what I mean? You're like, oh yeah, let me roll a mitt full of dice, but some of them are 1s and 2s. This sucks.
Right. 1s and 2s and then 2 8s.
The general pops up. Did we win?
I think so.
Deeran looks at Skarpin. Can he see that lingering shadow on him or not?
Yes. Roll a con save, Skarpin.
I still don't feel so good.
Oh,
And then natural 20.
Nah, never mind. You feel great.
for for reference, Anthony, does that shadow thing, is that affected by lesser restoration?
No.
Okay. I was just curious. I didn't know.
When it hit me, you're right. You don't want it to. It sticks with you. It just keeps on hurting you. But I think it's gone.
Deeran flips open his notebook and jots it all down, like everything you say and the way you say it. Because like he's never read a firsthand account of this. Like this is all brand new information for him. And like he's kind of geeking out a little, but also like so concerned.
The Archon steps forward from the darkness and says, "We must now travel to the summit. You have received the blessing and the agreement of the 5 Titans. What we must get now is the most difficult and most dangerous of them all." Hey everyone, DM Anthony here, just reminding you that if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends, tell your family, let people know, word of mouth, and you can support the show at patreon.com/adventureinc, or you can check out the shop at adventureincpod.com/shop. Make sure you check the show notes and the website for all our social media, including our Discord, where you can come and hang out with some great people. We'll see you there. And until next week, I wish you nothing but critical success.
Serious business.